Hey y'all, I am up because I was asleep all day, so now I'm up. And I know none of y'all is going to be up, except for the night owls. But I thought this was funny, so I'm going to tell a story. So I'm on somebody's page. Somebody had posted this, and it inspired me to think about something that happened to me when I was young. Hey y'all. Let's see. Go to live chat. Who is woke? Which I don't need to be woke, but I'm gonna just tell the story. Hey, Brandon, I'm gonna go live tonight too, but I wanted to tell the story while it's in my head. This is not gonna be some long ass live like normal. I just want to tell the story. So, this is what this boy put on his page. Look. Oh, y'all can't read it. It's okay. That's flipped. Fuck. Um. All right, I'm gonna read it to y'all. He says, "Sloppy head is gross. It's ignorant. Grow up. Your mouth ain't gotta be that damn wet." Hilarious, hilarious, hilarious. So I ain't never. Now I won't say I ain't never because I'm about to tell you a story when I did. So rarely. I think I've only somebody only expressed it to me once, and so this is a late night live, so I get to talk about it, sexual stuff, without probably getting flagged. So I used to live in Jackson, Mississippi, as y'all know, and so this is during my would I say hoe phase? And I'm not talking about hoe phase as in like sex worker hoe. I'm talking about like, hooking up with people just for the fun of it hoe phase. Um so I get to so this is just so let me tell you how my sex life went, just to give y'all, if y'all don't know, if you new here. So I lost my virginity at 16. I didn't have sex no more until and I'm talking about intercourse sex. So I didn't have intercourse sex no more until I was 18. And I didn't have it again until maybe like a year after that, maybe like 19. And then I didn't have a lot of sex, a lot of penetrative sex in college. Not a lot. Um, but when I started to have consistent penetrative sex was when I was in a relationship in Indiana. So when I moved to Jackson, I wasn't in the relationship no more. So this is the time that I have been bit by the anal sex bug. Like I'm like, okay, I got the hang of it. So in the spot in this spot in my life, I'm probably like 25, 24, 25. So this is when I'm like, okay, I done got the hang of it. Yeah, I know how to do it where it ain't just hurting no more. I done learn how to douche. I done learn how to, you know what I'm saying? I done got it. I done got a routine because anybody knows anal sex is an acquired experience. So I have acquired the experience and I am freely doing my thing out in the world. So, so in Jackson, um, so I'm hooking up with people having fun. So I meet this dude. He is my type. Anybody who knows my type is tall, dark skin, basketball player build. The darker the better. That is my type. So I'm getting my life. I am, just having fun. So he's been trying to hook up with me, and I've been kind of, I want to say playing hard to get, but I just have been kind of busy because I also during this time I'm trying to hustle. I'm trying to get body work done. I'm trying to go to Mexico to get pumped. I'm just trying to do a lot of stuff where, I'm trying to get my girl together. So so I'm kind of just traveling around making money. And then my mom is kind of losing jobs and I'm paying bills for all of us. It's just my money is tight. But I'm making money, but it's tight because it's just going all kind of places. Anyway, so I didn't really have time to hook up with him. But this night, it was like the stars were aligned. I'm bored. I'm up. I'm feeling it. And so he comes and picks me up. So he knows T. We already done talked about T. So I ain't got to worry about none of that. And, he's my type. I want y'all to be very clear that this is somebody who is my type. Like, as far as his look is like, mwah, yes. So he comes, pick me up in this fire ass car and I'm in the passenger seat. So he sees me, I'm in my prime. I'm hot, mid-20s. Well, this is my prime now, but when I'm young and tender. So so I get in the car and we feeling each other. Like it's like when you connect with somebody and it's that kind of chemistry or whatever. So we drive. So while we're in the car, we're kind of like you know, the sexual chemistry. Now, this is a hookup. We're planning to hook up. So, we're talking nasty and getting the shit hype and flirting and touching and feeling. So, I reach over and touch his little pants and I'm like, oh, pieces feeling nice. I'm like, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. And he's saying shit like, if you don't touch it if you ain't gonna do nothing with it. And so I'm like, I'll do something with it. So we talking shit, blah, blah, blah. He skirts over into this kind of gravelly, it's not a parking lot, but it's like behind a building and it's like out in the open. It's not like hidden. It's like out in the open, but behind this like industrial factory looking building. But it's like a big ass, not field, but it's got a bunch of gravel back there. But anyway, we pull up and he gets out the car, I get out the car, and he comes to the front of his car and sits on it and I push him back and him on the hood of his car. So I push him back on the hood of the car. So I'm being sexy and aggressive and blah blah blah. And this is early 2000s. So he has this long ass fucking t-shirt on. So I pull up his skirt, aka his t-shirt. So I pull up his t-shirt and pull his dingaling out his boxers. So, as a girl who has been gobbling meats since I was a kid, I feel like I can wear a piece out. It's been, I can do my thing with some pieces. And, I have had great reviews. And, it is what it is. So I get to doing what I know that the men like. And what the men like is tight, wet, juicy mouth, no hands, all the way down to the balls. If you can lick the balls while it's in your throat. Do all your tricks. There are some things that you do. They want you to deep throat it. They want you to suck it. They want it wet. All the things that I've known the men to like and love and make it very clear that, oh my God, you wore it out. So I'm pulling out all my stops. I'm getting it wet. I'm sucking it, stroking it, wearing it out, wearing it out, wearing it out, wearing it out. And all of a sudden, while I'm gobbling his meat, I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I'm just wearing it out. I feel his hand do like this and push my head up off of his meat. So I'm like, now, me, I don't like dudes to touch my head when I'm giving them meat. Baby, I don't need no help. I know how to handle this meat. I don't need no help. I don't need no bobbing down. I don't need none of that. I know what I'm doing. I know when it's time for me to deep throat, I'm gonna do it. When it's time for me to do another trick, I'm gonna do it. When it's time for me to do this, when it's time for me to lick your balls, when it's time for me to lick your ass, when it's time for me to do whatever I need to do, I'm gonna do it. Calm down. Enjoy the ride, partner. Don't motherfucker. I don't need help. I don't need no help. Get your hand off my head. So when he pushes me off, I'm like, what is going? Baby, this boy pushed my head off his piece and take his shirt, that long ass t-shirt, and wipes the spit off of his meat. Like he wipes all of the slobber and spit off of his meat. He says, and turn his nose up and says, I don't like all that wetness. That wetness grosses me out. I just want you to suck it dry. Now, I have never, ever in my life had a man tell me this. Never, ever. So I'm sitting there like, now, how do you suck a dick dry? It's in your mouth. Who wants dry head? Who wants how do you suck it dry? It's in your mouth. Like, how do you do this? Oh, so I'm like, suck it dry. I was like, how do you do that? He was like, just don't put that much spit. So now, because of this exchange, I am getting turned off. And apparently he is too, in the sense of he wants the head to be dry. I'm like, okay, well, now I'm it's awkward because now I'm sucking it like like what is happening here? This feels good to you. Because I'm just thinking like I don't want no dry ass head. I know I don't. And I know when I'm getting head from somebody, it's giving, sweetie, I need you to wet it up. I need you to, give me some lubrication, honey. Give me that throat. And I actually like it when it's like that kind of really goopy, that goopy back of the throat spit where it's like it ain't even watery, it's kind of like slimy. That's what I want you to give me. So, honey, I just stop and say, all right, sweetie, I'm it doesn't ruin the vibe. So we stop this and go to the car. And so in this time, I have a dude that I'm talking to, and one of the complaints, not I know why he was we talked about this. One of his the dude that I was messing with on the regular, one of his complaints is he said, "Oh, every time I complain about him coming too fast, his excuse is, "Oh, you put too much lube on it and it's too wet and make me come fast." No, nigga, you just come fast. You just come fast. And so in my brain, I was like, I'm like, nigga, why are you, sweetie? You just come fast. That's what it is. Like it's no other excuse. But now this dude talk about he like dry as head, and then I'm like, this dude complaining about the wetness, but I know he was lying because soon as I tried to not put no lube on it, he still was coming fast. So it was still late to him. So this dude, when I'm having the dude that I'm giving head, ain't nobody I know can tell a story like Lady D. You silly. So I'm telling, with him, I'm telling him, damn, well, so now the head situation ain't going. So we about to, about to go have or whatever. So baby, we go back to his house because he lived on the north side of Jackson. And all of it, as soon as we get to his house, we're starting the session. So now that the head thing is where I'm just going, put a condom on him and, bend over and give him some cakes. Baby, soon as I bend over and give him some cakes, he nuts super fast. And the whole session, because the anal session was fast and the head session was garbage. The whole session was corny and garbage for me. And every time for the rest of the time that I was in Jackson, that dude, even though he was fine as hell, name was Victor. Anytime, even though he was fine as hell, every time that he would try to call me, I would say, no, you don't like to do what I like to do. You don't like sloppy wet head. You don't like, you come too fast. Everything is just wrong with the session, and I don't like it. And he was like, and then he was later on, hey team, enjoy. And later on, he wanted to say he just didn't want to bust that fast. And I was gonna make him bust. But I was like, no, why would you wipe the spit off with your t-shirt? You just don't. Just like that boy said, he don't like wet head. And so you was one of them ones. You just was a rare breed that I just never met y'all. So I'm not gonna fuck with you no more, and I never fuck with him no more. So that was interesting. That's what I wanted to tell y'all. The first time I ever messed with a dude and he did not like sloppy head. Let me see. All right, let me skin it. Whose avatar is that, Ali? Who is that in your avatar? Hair culture and Gigi. Who else is in here? Please tell us about when you twirled in Jackson. Um, I only got in one twirl. Well, like one actual twirl. Like I got almost in the twirl, but one actual twirl with this dude named Angel. I had just my hair was I had just dyed my hair, and Fish was do had just I just dyed it like this really pretty like fire engine red, and my hair was down to my shoulders. So what I would do is I would give Fish to roller set my hair, and then sit on the dryer and then unwrap it, wrap it, do it like a roller set, just a basic roller set. And so I had to go to the girls dorm, because they had me in the boys dorm. So I had to sneak in the girls dorm because they would be really weird about that. And so she was doing my hair. I was under the dryer. We were done. Everything, I got done doing it, but one of the fish in the dorm walked past the room, and they were and went downstairs to the office and snitched on me being up there. Just petty ass fish. They're just fish how they are. And so, but by the time she went down and they came back up, I was already gone and my hair was done. So it was no tea. So I'm walking from the dorm to my dorm. Now this is my sophomore year. Um my and what happens, kind of like it happened like this in high school too, but definitely in college. College would be like a every year it almost like it would start over, like, because you're ushering in a new group of freshmen. And anybody who's been to college, the freshman group is the biggest class because it's all the new people. By the time you get to junior, senior year, motherfuckers either done dropped out of college, done left to another school, or you know what I'm saying? So the as you go up to senior, the class gets smaller. And so the biggest group is gonna be freshmen. And so you coming in your freshman year, everybody know you. They know you well in the beginning, no, but eventually they know they can put a face to the trans woman on campus. By the time when you get to your sophomore year, the new freshmen come, so they don't know you a trans woman. So they're engaging with you, trying to holler at you. They don't know you're trans until some people start to tell them, and they start to put a face to your to you. You feel what I'm saying? So in that regards, it's my sophomore year, and there's some freshmen that are walking in front of me. And so it's a group of maybe like 7 people, a group of girls and a group of guys. And I'm behind them, so they don't actually see me yet. And but I can see them and I can hear them because I'm walking behind them because we're walking towards my dorm, which is I live in Stewart Hall, and these are the freshman hall is over here. Well, the freshman boys dorm is over here too, called Dixon, which I lived in last year. But because I'm a sophomore, I switched over to Stewart Hall. So in order for us to get there, we got to go through the Union, go through the cafeteria, parking lot, and then go to the left if you're going to Stewart, straight ahead if you're going to Dixon. So they are going to Dixon. They are ahead of me, probably like 10 feet. And so I hear the girl, they're close enough for me to hear their conversation. And so the girl says, one of the dudes says, "Oh, y'all got," what did they say? I don't remember exactly what he said, but he's saying something about them having weird girls in their dorm. The guy is talking to the girls. And so the girl said, in the response to that, the girl was like, "Oh, y'all got drag queens and shit in y'all dorm living with y'all." Now, mind you, everybody in the group doesn't know me. So in the conversation, I say, I'm hearing how the conversation going, and I'm like, "Oh, they're talking about me." Like they don't know that I'm behind them, but I can tell that they're talking about me. And everybody in the group don't know what I look like. Don't know what the trans woman, aka the drag queen, looks like. So fast forward a couple of seconds, one of the girls turn around and she knows who I am. And so I hear her say, "Hey," but you don't hear it because now she done whispered it. And the girls turn around and look at me, and then they start laughing. And then that you got me it get into, we know how to clock when somebody is being cute or when somebody is trying to whisper and talk shit or whatever. So they clock that I'm behind them. So it turns into this thing, this weird, laughy, jokey, shit, and da 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 da. So they go ahead. Now, because of the way this went down, I'm triggered. It done pissed me off. And the year before, what I learned early on is if you nip that shit in the butt and let them know that you ain't playing and you ain't down with that shit, you can avoid a lot of shit. If you twirl somebody early on or let them know that you ain't the one to play with, you ain't necessarily got to twirl, but let them know that you will. In this time, they That's what happened last year. So I knew this is the new year. I need to nip it in the bud now. So what I did was, while they was going forward, I had to go to the left to my dorm to Stewart. So I went in there and wrapped my hair up real quick. Because remember, I just got my hair done. So I went in there and wrapped my hair up real quick in a doobie and put my scarf on, put some sweatpants on, put some tennis shoes on. And I was trying to catch them before they went into the other dorm. So I know they're not gonna, the girls are not gonna go in because they can't go into the boys' dorm. So we're on the backside of Dixon Hall. And so I go in there, change my clothes real quick, and come out with my tennis shoes and walk up on the group of people. Now, when I when I was walking behind them in my brain, now if you remember, I'm behind them, so I can't really see all of their faces. You know what I'm saying? To recognize exactly who it was. And so in that scenario, when I walk up to everybody, I say, "Hey, what's up?" So y'all had so much to say while I was walking, and y'all was whispering and saying all that fucking shit. Like, I'm out here now and I'm in y'all face now. So if y'all got some shit to talk about, say it right now so we can nip this in the bud, because I'm not somebody to play with. And you know, what's the tea? What y'all trying to do? And so I'm not talking to a particular person. I'm just talking to the whole group. And so this dude, so the group is like almost like I come into the circle. And when I start talking, the circle, they kind of make like a circle, open up and kind of make like a circle. And they were gagged that I came up to them with that kind of aggression. And so everybody kind of be quiet. And then the dude says, "Who are you talking to?" Like with this tone of, "Who the fuck you talking to?" And so I say, "I'm talking to whoever's listening. Whoever's within earshot of me. If you can hear me, I'm talking to you." And he says, "You're not talking to me because I don't know what you're talking about." I was like, "Well, now I'm talking to you directly, because now I'm already ready to fight. So, it is what it is." So when he says, "You're not talking to me," I said, "Now I am talking to you. I'm talking to you. If you got something to motherfucking say it to me. Don't be whispering and giggling and da 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 da." And he get to talking, I don't talk no more. Boom, 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 boom. Just start wearing him out. And so everybody gag. Everybody is like, "Whoa," because once I'm in twirl mode, we in twirl mode. I'm not going, we don't need to talk. What we arguing for? Wham. So I am wearing him out. Boom, 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 boom. So he start trying to hold me, and I don't let people hold me when I'm fighting. So he's trying to hold me and do all that. I'm like, "Get the fuck off me." Boom, boom. So I keep binging him. Like his nose is bleeding. But he's not throwing hands. He's trying to hold me and stop me from hitting him. So now this building is built like a triangle, like the tall building is it's just like a fucking, not square, but a rectangular building. You go in, the doors in the middle, and there's halls, there's rooms this way and rooms this front and back, this side, this side. And so in the scenario, up above us is nothing but rooms. And if there's any type of commotion, they open the windows and look out. Like if it's any kind, like it's a basketball court out there. So if there's any kind of fight on the basketball court, they out there looking and watching and anything kind of commotion, because it's the parking lot. So sometimes fights will break out in the parking lot, fights will break out on the basketball court. And like in this moment, a fight has broke out. And so the dude once the fight start, everybody out the window watching what's going on. And so there's a dude, maybe like on the fourth floor. and he's looking down, and he was like, "Man, hit that motherfucker back." And so I hear him say that. I'm still being dude. We still fighting. But he's not hitting me. He's not trying to hit me. Like he's trying to hold my hands to stop him from hitting him, to stop me from hitting him. And I keep snatching away from him and binging him. And so the dude, at first he was like, hit that motherfucker back, hit that motherfucker back. And he was like, yo, that's a dude, bruh. Hit that motherfucker back. That's a dude. That's a man. Because apparently he was not hitting me back because he didn't clock me and thought that I was just a cis girl. And so he was like, once the dude said, that's a dude, that's a dude, that's a dude, in his brain, he was like, oh, like you can see the difference. But baby, it's already over. By the time he figures out what's happening, I done already put haymakers on him and he on the ground getting wore out. I'm already wearing him out. So you already done got wore. So next thing I know, the police pulls up. Like they pull up. I'm fighting. So understand this. I'm twirling. So I don't see them pull up, but I hear the noise. And next thing I know, the cops done snatched me and threw me on the front of their police car and gets on top of me because I'm the one who's winning and on top of him, bashing him. When he slams me down on the car, he has his whole body on top of me. Next thing I know, old boy who I was just bashing come over to me and take both of his hands because old boy, the cops is over my whole body like this, like over my body, so my arms can't get off of the cop getting off and under the cop. My whole face is exposed, and Trey say, "Boom," and smash down on my face. I got a cut on my lip right here already. That's from that time. It's a whole cut right here. It's like a 3-point scar. It's like doot doot doot. And so whole cut, and he busts my lip. So now my lip is this part of my mouth is bleeding. He already bloody. And we go back to the other police officer finally came and grabbed him. Police officer grabbed me. We both get handcuffed and go to the police station. So on our campus is an actual police station. So in that regards, she says, I go back in there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to get kicked out of school because, I got in a fight. So, but I don't really give a fuck because I'm like, y'all not gonna disrespect me. And in my brain, I'm like, these motherfuckers don't care about me. It was a couple of shit that was happening that I was like, if I get kicked out of school, I just get kicked out of school because I don't have no support here. Family, no administration. I don't fuck it. Don't nobody fuck with me here anyway. So what you will know is that I ain't gonna let you run over me. Period. So if I get kicked out, I kick out. So I'm sitting in there and that's what it is. So they don't lock us up. They don't lock us up. They don't do anything like that. They just, once we calm down, they let us leave. And this is probably late at night. And so the next morning, we got to go to Miss Delafosse. Miss Delafosse is the dean of student affairs. So if you get in a fight, whatever, she's like the person that you got to go to in regards to do the disciplinary stuff. And so when we go in there, what kind of works in my favor? Miss Delafosse is a older woman from New Orleans, and anybody who know New Orleans, there is a certain acceptance of queer shit. I don't want to say it's like no homophobia, but New Orleans for a very long time was the epicenter of queer shit. So you know how motherfuckers back in the 50s, 60s used to travel, shit, the 20s to the 60s used to travel to San Francisco because San Francisco was the place where the gays go. That's San Francisco was the place where the gays go. And so people would travel all around the country, just like they do kind of New York. But San Francisco specifically was a queer city where people would just go just to, just to be run away and go and be queer and free. New Orleans was that in the 1800s and early 1900s. New Orleans was a queer mecca in the same way, like for Black folks, Atlanta is a queer mecca now. New Orleans was a queer mecca in the 1800s, late 1800s, early 2000s. I mean, not early 2000s, early 1900s. And so, because of that, there is a culture of acceptance, of a through line of acceptance for queer people in New Orleans. And so that's why you have somebody like Big Frida, somebody like Katie Red, who preceded Big Frida, and these kind of queer icons in the 90s and the 80s that New Orleans people kind of just accepted. That's why you have a in on Bourbon Street in the middle of Canal and Bourbon Street. That's why you have a trans strip club. That's why it can exist in New Orleans because of that kind of history of accepting queer shit. Okay. So people from New Orleans, unlike the people in Mississippi, who at the time it was very rare that in their like country ass Mississippi folks, especially the rural ones, it's very rare that they're gonna meet a trans person or even know what that is. But in New Orleans, totally opposite. They're gonna have met trans people. They know where they hang out. They done been, a lot of them in their family. You get what I'm saying? It's just a cultural thing. So all the people from New Orleans that you meet was always cool. Even the dudes, they were always cool. They weren't kind of ignorant about the trans stuff. It was kind of like they knew what it was. And so I had already built a relationship with Miss Delafosse because she's from New Orleans. She accepted me. Literally, she called me to come to her office. Um, called me to come to her office and we would hang out. Like she was just cool as fuck. Once she found out that motherfuckers was trying to bully me or do stuff to me, she was like, honey, if you have any problems, come to me and honey, we'll work it out. And so, because I had already built that relationship with her, fast forward to this day that I get in the fight, she already has the history of motherfuckers trying to bully me. She already is ready to throw a motherfucker under the bus for me. So when it comes to her, she already was ready to kick him out of school. So when we get in the thing, she's like, yo, like, why, what was y'all doing? Like, what's up? Like, what was y'all doing? Like, this is a trans woman and she wasn't even in your dorm and y'all was bothering her. So she was already ready to kick him out. But what I figured out was through talking to other people, the dude that I fought wasn't even in the group of people that I walked up on. You feel what I'm saying? So when I walked into the group, what I didn't know was because I didn't see everybody's faces, When I went to change clothes and came back out, the dude that I fought was not with that group. He was just coming out of the building and was in the group that we were in. You feel what I'm saying? So I say, well, I was like, well, you was talking shit. So you just came into a situation that was already heated. And the people who was talking shit, who should have got twirled, they just kept their mouth shut. And because I was talking to the group, when he comes out the building and he wanted to be like, who you talking to? And I'm already heated. He should have just shut his mouth up. If I wasn't talking to you, you should have just been quiet. If you know I wasn't talking to you, why are you even talking? But he was the most mouthy, loudest motherfucker. So, hey, blah, 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 blah. So when we get into the room and we talking about what happened, he tells the part of the group of people laughing and joking and bullying me, but he wasn't in the group. He was like, he learned afterwards what happened. And he was like, yo, I'm not that type of person. Like, I didn't know what was going on until she came in. I didn't even know that she was a trans woman. I didn't know none of that. And he goes into this whole, he goes into when he came out. So his side of the story was he comes out the building and there's a group of people talking about a drag queen. And he was like, oh, and in his brain, he don't know nothing about what's going on. He just like, oh, they're just talking about it. And all of a sudden, this girl comes up to him talking shit. And he didn't understand what she was talking about. Because it's not like I said anything about my tea. I just came up was like, if y'all got something to say it to me in my motherfucking face. That's basically what I was telling them. And so when he explains that, and I knew what happened before and what goes on, I'm like, oh, he wasn't in the group. Like I remember I was like, oh, he wasn't in the group. I'm like, oh yeah, it makes sense. So anyway, we go out into the thing and he's crying, not crying, but kind of getting emotional, not like bawling, but getting emotional because he like, I'm about to get kicked out of school over this fucking bullshit. And I'm sitting there like, you is, motherfucker. But I also felt sorry for him. So I end up going back in there and talking and asking if I could talk to Miss Delafosse by herself. And I talk to her and I tell her that I don't think that he should get kicked out. I think that I don't think that um wasn't with the group and it just escalated and I can you just put us on probation or whatever. So Miss Delafosse said, yeah, I'm only doing this because you, Diamond. And I was like, all right. So I go back out and then we go back into because it's almost like a not a tribunal, but it's a group of people that makes a decision. And so but really her, because she's like the head one. And so we go back in the thing and she basically tells everybody, we just gonna nip this in the butt. She was like, I want this to be very, very clear. Pumpkin, we see you. Um, I want it to be very, very clear. I was fully ready to kick you out of school. All right. So, in that regards, I'm not going to kick you out of school because she said that she believes that you wasn't one of the people. And it just escalated too far because she was being bullied like she normally is. And you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put y'all on probation. If you get into any more trouble, you will be expelled. And yo, that's the end of that. So thank her because she could have got you kicked out, and you would have been kicked out. But thank her. So we get out in the hallway, and he just gives me this big ass hug. Now, first of all, Angel was fine as hell. His name was Angel, and he was fine as hell. He was Puerto Rican and black, and he had these pretty ass waves. He was like brown skin. He was like, think about like he looked like Chingy a little bit. Like he kind of gave you the vibe of Chingy, but think about Chingy with like what super pretty waves, and he looked like Chinky. He was fine as hell. So he gave me a hug. And what was crazy, from that point on till I left school, he was almost like one of my like champions. Like one of my like every time he would see me, he giving me a hug. Every time he would like it didn't turn into any kind of negative. It actually turned into opposite where he didn't let people bully me. He didn't say if somebody saying some crazy ass shit, he would check their ass. He just turned into this almost like a little big like a little bro or whatever. And so that is the positive that came out of it. He just became a cool ass dude. So yeah, so that's the time that I got in a twirl at Jackson State. Um there was another time, but it wasn't really a twirl. It was just me punching oh boy. Yeah, I would have had him, but the whole vibe of what happened, no. Yeah, but yeah, it was dope. It worked out because he started to be cool. But he was fine. He was a fine. He was short though. He was a shorty doo wop. I think he was like 5'7". He would have been he definitely your type, Ty. What are you talking about? I'm not depressed at all. What are you talking about? No, I said I was down and sad because I was broke. I wasn't depressed. I wasn't depressed. Whatever happened to your friend Ty? Ty is jiggly jello. That's Ty. We just spent Thanksgiving together. She lives in Houston. We see each other all the time. I have enjoyed this story time while I felt left one job and went to another. Come on, two jobs. Not them working you like a racehorse. Yeah, folks gotta have two jobs and a hustle to pay bills nowadays. Where is your next trip? I am going to Cancun for Christmas. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, them checks gonna be fat. What do you do for work? Lucky Cancun, I heard was beautiful. All the girls go there for silicone and what is gravity nana? What is that? Is that a medication? Oh, it is estrogen. Oh, 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 it's estrogen. It's progesterone. That's the highest progesterone, 250. Estradiol. Y'all be wanting to be pregnant, child. That feels like it's gonna give y'all breast cancer. That's a high ass dose of progesterone. 250. How much? How y'all take this? What's the and $100? Ooh, that's high. That's high for Mexican moms. 'Ooh, I must be getting I feel like I'm getting old, like I'm a boomer. Ooh, back in my day, hormones was $7 in Mexico. Y'all paying $100? Oh, I guess that's not much difference. Hormones back in the day, the Perladil used to be 10 milligrams of estradiol and 150 of progesterone. I like that balance, but I only took it a month. Y'all can't be taking this every fucking week. Y'all can't. How is this working for y'all? This can't be every week. Oh, okay. You gotta go to this. Look like a Mexican moms, honey. You gotta go to Mexico for this. Yeah, this is giving Mexican moms. Yeah, go to your Mexican flea market, honey. They be having Mexican moms, especially I don't know where you live at, but you can find it. Fox Giselle. Hmm. She don't she don't like me. And I don't really know her. But I really didn't. I just found it out a couple of years. I found it out recently, but she ain't been liking me for years. It's nothing to explain. She had a song that came out, and I guess she didn't like my review of the song. I said that the song sucked, and she didn't like the review, so she didn't like me ever since I did that. But it was my honest opinion. so and I did say it, so I can't get mad at her for it. It ain't like I didn't say it. I mean, I guess I'd rather a bitch not like me for a real reason than to not like me for no reason. You know how some bitches don't be liking you for no reason? At least that was a reason. At least I did say what I said. And this is like years ago. This had to be I want to say 2010, 2099. And whenever she had that song that came out, and I have reviewed it and I said it, I didn't like it. I said it sucked. And I did say that because it sucks. But I mean, I don't remember. How I found out was somebody had tagged me in a post, and this is 10 years later. Um, Somebody had tagged me in a post, and in the comments, she said why she didn't like me. And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's true." I mean, I it was what I said. It was literally what I said and what the real tea was. We did the video of trans artists on In Trans Heart, and she didn't live. Yeah, I think it was us reviewing her work. And I'm never and I'm gonna keep it real. But I don't think I'm ever like unnecessarily mean and reading the girls. Now, if I don't like it, I don't like it. But and I might say it sucks. I might literally say out of my mouth, it sucks. But I'm never gonna be like, oh, um, just being like unnecessarily mean. So I think she just didn't like that I said that it sucked. And sometimes people don't like what you have to say, and that's okay. That's okay, honey. I don't know what's happening, but this fucking light or camera, well, my skin is love, but it's got my skin looking extra love, baby. Yes. It's looking extra love in this lighting. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Y'all see, I done lost so much weight. I'm at like 280 now. Y'all see my stomach is getting flat. Yes, the waist is coming back. Waist is coming back. Waist is coming back. Yes, God. Yes, I'm at 280. I'm at 280. So I started when I got the surgery, I was at 335. So I'm at 285, not 280. I'm at 285 now. So stomach is getting down. And I ain't got all that like I don't know what's gonna happen when later on, but right now it ain't looking all weird and saggy like I be seeing people. It's just looking, soft and cunt. So hopefully, because I'm not losing weight super fast like other people that I know, my doctor said that my skin is gonna have time to the elasticity to catch up, so it won't be saggy. So, hopefully it stay normal and don't be looking all weird. But as of now, it's giving a big titty, big titty soft auntie. So if it stay looking like that, I want to lose about 50 more pounds. If I can get to like 230, 230, it'll be perfect. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm not worried about it. If it happens, honey, I'll just go get some other surgeries and put tattoos all over the scar. I'll go if my stomach gets saggy, I'll just get a tummy tuck and then get some tattoos over the scars. That's what the fish do. So that's what I'll do. But I just yeah, it's coming along nicely. It's coming along slowly and nice so I can, hopefully by my birthday I'll be at my goal weight cuz how many more months is that? November, December, January, February, March. So it's at the end of February. So about 4 months. So it's August, September, October, November, December. So yeah, so I got my surgery 4 months ago. So I got my surgery August the 2nd, August, September, October, November, December the 2nd, which is coming around the corner. Um, that'll be for my 4 month anniversary. By the time I get to December, January, February, March, that'll be 3 months. So I'll be 3 months by my birthday. My birthday is on the 28th of February. So that'll be 3 months. So hopefully, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to get that small. I want to get to I still want to be plus size. Whatever plus size is, I just want to be a smaller plus size. I want to because I like to be what Paris is burning cheesecake, baby. I want to be thick. I still want to be sex siren, honey. I do not want to be slim, honey. I still want to be jiggly and full, baby. I do not want to be skinny. I want to be like 230, 240. That will be my perfect weight. Because I'm tall, it'll still look thick, but it'll just be, proportion. Hey, question. How come you never make videos like funny to go moments or like love beneath? I love those videos. I still watch them. So the love beneath, that the goal back in the day with the love beneath, the goal that I was gonna do 20 videos that was going to lead up to my book. So the goal was to do 20 videos, and then my book was going to be this was my idea back then when I started that video. So it was going to be chapter one, two, three, four, five, all the chapters. This when YouTube was popping. You remember? So all the chapters that I would do in video form would be the beginning of the book. So chapter one, two, three, four, five, all the way to 20. And then my book was going to be chapter 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. It was going to be a 10 chapter book of me discussing my 20s, how love manifested in my life in my 20s. So when we talk about it was going to talk about sex work. It's going to talk about my relationship, my first love, Jonathan. It was going to talk about Jonathan. It was going to talk about my last love, Keenan. Um, it was going to talk about, sex work and how that kind of changed me, all that kind of stuff. So it was going to be in chapters of the year that I was from my 20s. So 21, 22, which I got my brother when I was 22. So my plan at the time was going to be that. It was going to be 21, chapter 21, started chapter 21. It was going to be a whole rollout. Anyway, so life started to life. Life started to life. And then in 2012, um, um, YouTube changed their algorithm, and this is the truth now. So YouTube, what they started to do was how you made money. So back in the day, you would get invited to be a partner. Now everybody can be a partner. Anybody can make money off YouTube videos. It's based on your subject matter and your following and your how long people listen. Okay. So what happens is back in the day, how it would happen, you put your right tags in your videos, everything, blah, 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 and anybody could find you. So many people were finding me. If I put trans, whatever topics I was talking about, anybody could find me. If I was talking about race, and if y'all know my content, I'm usually talking about something that's happening with trans people, something that's happening with Black people, whatever that had to do with gender, trans, LGBT, da da da. I was usually talking about stuff like that. But when they changed their algorithm, it was almost I call it like technical I call it like technology bias, and there is a documentary, social media something on Netflix. There's like it's a documentary about the algorithms of social media platforms. And what happened was all the shit that I talked about started to be flagged as controversial. And so they wouldn't put any ads on it. And so I went from making 2000, 1500, 2500 a month on my videos to 250, 300, all because if I put and even now if I put trans in my and I'm not and I'm talking about and I was talking about real shit. I wasn't talking about hormone surgery da 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 da. Da. So every time I would talk and put even now to this day, if I do a video, I do all the work of editing and do all the da 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 da, and I do a video and put it up, and I put any type of tags to um that's relevant to anything that had to do with racism, anything that has to do with trans, anything that has to do with like if I put black, if I put it's certain words that if I put, it won't get monetized. So it took my money down so far that the work of it was not worth it. So what I did, and then they took my whole channel away for no reason. Like I had no strikes, I had nothing, and then 2018 they took my whole channel away for no reason, like crazy. And then and so that's when I had started the podcast too. And so then all of a sudden, Nikki Tutorials came out as trans. And for whatever happened, it was happening to everybody. So it wasn't just me. Um, and you can't really sue them for that. It wasn't just, but when Nikki Tutorials came out, I don't know what happened, but I think they went back and looked at all of the not shady shit, but I don't know what they did, but I know the week that she came out, they gave me my channel back. And I don't find that to be a coincidence. I think they went and kind of reinstated all the trans people that they had kicked off. Or I don't know. I don't know why, because there was no explanation. I just came back and somebody sent me a message saying, "Oh my God, all your videos are back." And I was like, "What?" And I went and all my videos were back. So what I did was I started doing a little bit of videos and I was like, "Oh, but the whole algorithm is fucked up." And so now I just do lives because I like doing lives. The whole little the whole little it the work that you put in creating a good video, the editing process, da 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 da, it just wasn't worth it when I can just get on live and this does and just talk to y'all. I can tell my stories here. I don't need to do the work of it. It used to be worth the work. Now it's just fun. Now YouTube does I don't make a lot of money on YouTube. How they the people who make money on YouTube, it is because they they're talking about technology. They're talking about technology. They're talking about it's just different things. YouTube had totally changed when it comes to blogging and stuff like that. If you notice, a lot of the like bloggers, they don't do that shit no more. Even the fucking beauty gurus don't even look at Jackie Aina. Jackie Aina barely be on YouTube no more. They because it has changed. It has shifted a lot. Um Another element is yeah, the beauty. Look at Andrea's Choice. Andrea's Choice ain't don't post no more. Um who it's a bunch of people that the beauty people are gone. Yeah, that's just what it is. Um Another element is my y'all know how y'all have to do the They change. It's a bunch of things they change. So y'all have to, in order for y'all to get, y'all have to engage with my stuff in order for you to get notifications. So I have about 12, I think it's over 12,000 subscribers, but they only show my videos to about 3 or 400. The ones who have actually clicked the notification button, so they get no. So if you pay attention to, sometimes when I'll be in here, somebody will come in and say, "Oh my God, why don't you post anymore? I never see you on." And it's because they either haven't clicked the notification button, they haven't somebody will say, "Oh my God, your video just popped up on my screen, and I've been subscribed to you since da 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 da." But YouTube won't, even if I post a video, YouTube won't roll it out to them unless you got the You remember when everybody started saying, "Oh, click the notification bell, click the." They were doing that because YouTube was about to say, "Hey, only people who we're going to show your shit is who have clicked the notification bell, not your whole 12,000." Yeah, it's a whole thing. And so I probably make like 300 from YouTube now. So it's not, they pay a bill. So it's not, sometimes it's not worth it. Yeah, you gotta click the bell or you won't see it. Yeah. So you gotta also engagement. You gotta thumbs up. You gotta, that's why everybody say engagement, because that is who is gonna show you that is who YouTube, that's how YouTube, the algorithm, knows that you want to see the content. And so yeah, that's what it is. And then my members section, another thing that I do is when I have new shit, new interviews that I do, I try to put it in the member section beforehand. Also, my Marsha's Play stuff, I put it in the member section. So if you're a member, that's what I use to kind of do stuff, put stuff there, which is a lot of video in that section. So that's worth it because, a person who has become a member has, they're giving me a monthly subscription. So it's like, oh, I'm going to give them the edited version of my stuff. But the live is just what I do for free for people, just to entertain them whenever I can. And also, but I've always been doing stuff for free too. Like a lot of people, like a lot of my friends, when I talked to them about shit, they was like, "It is because you're not monetizing." I was like, "Well, the thing about it is, you gotta give people stuff for free too. Like you can't just have everything behind the paywall." I don't think, because I just feel like I have a very queer trans audience. And so if me, who know the statistics, everybody don't be having money like that. Liquid money like that. So you gotta give, you gotta have something for free. Yeah, there are some things that's gonna be behind the paywall, but you know, um, yes, algorithm on IG is like that too. But at least IG will tell you. YouTube, they don't tell you. The IG will tell you. So how IG works, IG does it like this. If you put out, say that you have 10,000 followers. So on follow me on IG. If you have Instagram, make sure you go follow me. I'm Diamond Styles everywhere. So I'm Diamond Styles on Instagram, Twitter, da 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 da. I'm more active on Twitter, and Instagram and Facebook. But if you go, say right now, I'm at on Instagram, I'm at 23.1 K. Yeah, 23.1 thousand. So what they do is when you post something, they will show it to about 5% of that 23,000. Okay. If that 5% engage with it at a high rate, like thumbs up, that's why me, because I'm a content creator, anytime I see people post shit, I heart it, no matter what. Even if I don't watch it, I immediately heart it because that's what let the algorithm know that I like these people's shit. And so anybody I follow, I like that shit. So I be sitting there liking everybody's stuff just because that's what I do. Um, and so if it gets high engagement and high watch through rate, that's another element. When somebody posts a video, you gotta watch it through because that watch through rate is another thing that they measure. So if it's a high watch through rate and high engagement, what they will do is show it to another 5% of your audience. So now out of the 23,000, you have 10% of your audience getting shown. If that 10% engagement is really, really high, then they show 15% of the audience your content. And it keeps going until that engagement fades. If it does not fade, then they keep showing more and more and more and more and more. Right. Thank you. And then also, I have to live life, honey. I gotta live life to get stories to tell y'all. This is insane and make it so much harder for small creators. The bulk of my money is from my my speaking engagements and my that's where I get the bulk of my money, speaking engagements. Um and my Patreons. My Patreons are my faithful Judies. And I love Patreon because Patreon can allows people to give what they can. And I have different tiers, but um if anybody who want to give, they can just if they want to give $1, they want to give $1 a month, they want to give $2 a month, $5 a month, it's perfect because they get to they get to give what they can afford. I always watch the story time of the guy who stole your PS4, Gerald. Yeah, that's one of the Love Beneath. Gerald, 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 Gerald. Was it a PS? No, it was a Nintendo 64. I always watched the Popped by the Trade story with Brad getting hit by the trade. I think the one that everybody comments on is the one about Lawrence, the man of my meeting the man of my dreams, the pussy stunt one. It's so many people that comment about those two. My interracial dating one. Um, the Bonnie Louise one. The one that I told my story about suing my school is called Pisces Season. People love that one, but I think that's because that was one is I was crying and emotional in that one. So Pisces Season. Um, and somebody mentioned it earlier. Came on the bus, left on the bus, or something. That was my story with Jonathan. What other one? Oh, willpower. A lot of people talk about willpower. Um, that one's quite interesting. Um, yeah. When you see your school, that bitch was so jealous of you. You know what's crazy? I don't know if y'all told y'all. I think I told it on another live, but the teacher The principal, not the teacher, the principal who was being shady and jealous, she had to resign from her position at school because her son, she had hired her son and he was molesting some of the students and she knew about it and was covering for him. That was wild. Shady ass. She was a shady ass bitch. It was wild. It was when I heard about that, I had Googled her and it pulled up all of these motherfucking her name was Jacqueline Greenwood. And it pulled up all the stuff about her son. Look, if you pull up Jacqueline Greenwood, Indianapolis, lawsuit, IPS informed former employee sexual conduct in 2015. Here she go. This is how she looked. This is when she first came to the school. That's when she first became the principal. New principal, boosting morale at Arlington. And so she was like the darling of the school system at the time. This is before when she first became the teacher. But then she fell from grace, darling. Is his name Corey? Mhm. They named the auditorium after her in 2009. But yeah, she had to they said they're going to they IPS board declined to renew contract for several top administrators. First on the list, among them, Jacqueline Greenwood, executive director of secondary education. Greenwood, the former Arlington high school principal, was IPS first woman high school principal and earned national recognition in the role for fostering community development. The school auditorium was named after her in 2009. Nasty beach. Yes. Why has Broad Ripple in Northwest closed down too? Broad Ripple open next year as a middle school and school prep. I just feel like all the schools is just school system is just getting weird. I think so. I saw a guy named Corey in the same article, I think. Yeah. Low down trifling demon, that bitch was. Oh, I was mad listening to you talk about the situation with that demon. Yeah, it was annoying. I'm glad her karma finally got her. Yes, my ancestors don't play about me, and I'm glad. Think about all the stories that I told y'all. You got Eric ass, he got killed by in a motorcycle accident. I had put I had put his because we had in the session, so I had some of his nut in a condom, and baby, I had put that on my altar, and years later, 2012, dead in a car accident. um, then you got Miss Greenwood, honey. She's out of there. Out of there. You fell from grace, baby. You didn't just go into the wind and retire. You fell from grace because they knew your fucking son was a predator. They knew your son was a pedophile. And they knew you were protecting him. I love it. Wait, who Eric? Which one was the guy you live with and he left to college and didn't tell you? That was Eric, but this was a different Eric. That was my high school Eric. My high school Eric is doing good. He didn't do nothing bad to me. Yes, that's high. That's Eric. That's my high school Trey Eric. But in memory of Eric Nalechi, that's the one that died in 2012. You still love him? No. Oh no. No, I have been in love with many people, real love since then. I don't love anybody that I loved in my past. There's nobody that I still have love for. Like not romantic love. Like I don't want them to get harmed. But no, I am currently not in love with anyone. Mm-mm-mm. I bought some new scents today. Ooh, I bought a couple of new scents since they had them on sale during Christmas time at Sephora. So went to Lush and got. I had tried this amazing new scent called it's in. I had bought this a couple of weeks ago. I went to Lush and I didn't know they sold fragrances. So I'm a fragrance girl, and so I, I my friend Brianna bought me this. It's called Rose Jam, and this shit smells so good. And so Lush isn't money. Well, Sephora sometimes they'll hit you. You gotta watch them. They like Target. You go in Sephora, honey, you come out spending $300. But Target, honey, same thing. You go to Target thinking you just gonna pick pick up something small. This is a solid. So this is like a fragrance solid. And so it feels like a balm, but it's fragrance. And so you just take a little bit of it, you put it on you like Vaseline kind of. That's what it feels like. But it has a fragrance and it's really nice. Like it's like a I don't know, it's like a Vaseline but with fragrance. And so you put it on. And if you know one of the tricks to making fragrances last really long on you is get like some scentless Vaseline and put it where you put your like your spray. And so put the Vaseline on, just like wherever you put your spray, you put it on. You don't have to put it all over your body, but here I usually put here on my neck, da 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 da. And then you take your fragrance and spray on top of the Vaseline. But what this does is it's like Vaseline with the fragrance infused in it. And you only need a little bit. So this little pot is enough. So you just need a little bit and put it on the points that you're gonna put. So just like I just did. And then you follow with your fragrance. And then it just lasts long. And this smells so good. So I got this. This smells amazing. It's called Rose Jam, and it's not really that expensive. I think this bottle like this is like $55, but it lasts long. And I think the salve is like $16. And then while I was there, my friend bought me that. What does it smell like? Rose jam. Rose jam. Like it smells like rose and strawberry jam. So exactly what you think. I wore it for our going to holidays, and it smells so good. So think about the smell of roses and the smell of strawberry jam put together. So if it was small strawberry jam, it would just smell like candy, but the rose brings a floral scent to it, so it softens it up, so it makes it a soft jam smell. It's just so dope. It's so nice. I love it. More on the rose side, but the jam makes it youthful. You know how Rose can excuse me, Rose can Rose can read a little bit matronly. Um it can sometimes Rose can smell old. And so if you don't have something mixed in it that kind of gives it that youthful smell, it can read like grandma. And so I like to I like that it gives a little older rose. So now this is the time for it. This is rose. Let's see if I can get it up. Okay, yeah. Rose Defali. Tom Ford is good too, but this can I like mixing these two because this one gives like a powdery set. It's like rose and baby powder. So it's fresher. So when I add it with this one, it gives like a fresh young girl rose instead of smells so good. But anyway, what I wanted to tell y'all about is this one. Oh my god. We did put I needs to my phone is dying. So this came out for Halloween from Lush, but it sold so well that they keep it year round, and it is called Lord of Misrule. Lord of Misrule, and it smells. I don't want to put it on because it doesn't smell well with this that I have on, but it smells like I don't know what it smells like. It's hard to smell. I just love it. It is. I feel like I gotta take my glasses off with hibiscus, patchouli. Let me look it up because these Things are too small. I don't like scents that make me smell like I got a vagina. Hear me out. Rose scent smells too much like vagina, and I just want to smell feminine. Too much like vagina. Interesting. Because rose don't smell like vagina to me. Or you don't want it to be too feminine. Is that what you mean? I want to smell like I got a pussy, but not an old pussy. Oh. What's the notes of Lord of Misrule? It's patchouli, black pepper, and vanilla. It's a sweet and spicy scent. So yeah, this is Lush Lord of Misrule is dope. It is fire. It is like This is it's like a dark. This is dark. There's a masculinity to this that I think that I think you'll like. So smell that if you shop at Lush. What else did I get? Oh, they gave me some scrub too. All right, so this is the not necessarily expensive, but this is the more name brand stuff. So I tried. So when I was younger, I loved Flower Bomb, but I stopped wearing Flower Bomb because it got too popular. And I would walk past. And one thing that I hate is walking past somebody and they smell like me. So I do like Flower Bomb. So I'll pop it every blue moon. So this is a little bitty, teeny purse size Flower Bomb. Isn't that so cute? Let me see where it's at. It's so cute. Little nugget Flower Bomb. Isn't that cute? Look how small that is. But the scent that I had never tried from them because I stopped wearing Flower Bomb, I stopped trying anything else that they make. I didn't try anything out. So it's kind of like me and Terry Mugler. I loved Angel. Like when I was younger, that was the first expensive perfume that I stole from Nordstrom. Angel, and it just got so popular that I stopped wearing it because everybody was wearing Angel. And so I stopped wearing it, and anything that Terry Mugler made, I never smelt it. So like Alien, all that kind of stuff, I smelled it, but I never bought that shit because it just got too popular for me. And so because of Flower Bomb, I hadn't tried anything else. So Victor and Rolf, I smelled this right here, baby. It is called Good Fortune. And it's also a little teeny cute little Victor and Rolf called Good Fortune. And I'm not gonna put it on because I got this rose shit on, but this is so good. Let me see what notes are in it. Okay, Google. What's the notes for Good Fortune by Victor and Rolf?
It looks like you don't have any notes that match that.
Oh, child. It is jasmine, vanilla, and fennel. And it's so good. Strawberry, blueberries, and cherries. Yeah, no, that's too sweet for me. I need some florals to clean it up. Oh, that's why I never smelt it because it's new. It came out in 2022. Good Fortune is a warm floral fragrance created by them, a vegan formula with no animal derivatives included. Work. I like to smell like candy. Yeah, I need it to be, if it's gonna be sweet like that, it needs to be with other things. It needs to be sweet and floral, sweet and I don't know. It has to, I agree in the sense of it need to smell. It can't just be candy. It got to be something else. I'll just put these in my purse. Anyway. Mm, mm. All right. I'm going to do, it's about like 20 more minutes, y'all. What y'all want to talk about before I cut this thing off? What they gave us at the trans brunch? I go now. Everyone says, "Oh my God, you smell amazing." Yes. That is a shout out, Mother Toy Washington. Lee Effleurage. It is. That is this. This is a black trans woman's brand. Let me find the link to her website. And this stuff smells good. So y'all can, I like to support the girls, even though they don't always be supporting the doll. I'm gonna put it in here for y'all to support. Yeah, so the one that I really like is called Gentilly. The scent that I like, and it is. This goes well with the jam. Ooh, it's like oil. It's like body oil. Ooh, yes. Yeah, this shit smells fire. It's owned by a black trans woman. Her name is Toy Washington. She is really cool as fuck and down to earth. And she donated this stuff. Well, she sells it, but she also, for this week, she donated some scents to the Black Trans Empowerment Week that Mahogany Project through us, and they put it in the gift baskets for the people who was there for the event, and it smells so good. It's amazing too. Ah, let me see, Diamond. I have a serious question. It's about a girl that passed away a long time ago. I don't know if you mind me asking you. I just never really knew how she passed. I just watched you make a video about her, Strawberry Be a Goddess. I watched the video you spoke about her passing. Did she die from silicone? Yes, silicone poison. The sheen, the moisture, the smell is everything. Yes, it is. Yes, she did pass from silicone. Um, and the girl who I guess killed her with silicone has passed recently too. Yeah, she was beautiful. She was always a beautiful girl. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ooh, let me take this bra off. Same cause? No, I don't think. I think she just had other health issues that she was dealing with. I don't think it's was a silicone issue. She had silicone issues, but I don't think that's what she died of. She was so young. Yes, she was too young. I just recently as was talking to Ty because we grew up with her, and I was like, oh, I wish we were. I wish to see. I wish I could see her older. You know, I wish I could see her in her old age and see how mature she might have become, maybe. And see what she was giving. But you never know. It's crazy how some of the girls get pumped with no problem and others pass. It's crazy. Um, I wouldn't say that I know a lot of people that have passed from silicone. I know some have, but I know some people who have been deformed by silicone. Silicone. Um, yeah, most of the girls that I know who have silicone, nothing happened. They're just, they just have it. They didn't die, but I know some people that have. She was having issues with her silicone. What kind of issues? And sometimes had to get some removed, I think. Yeah, I had some people like that they got it removed. They got, you know, just different things like that, but not dying. Um, I had to get it removed for different reasons. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with mine. I no deformity. I don't have any discoloration. I'll try to show you like my hip. All my hip is all one color. I got cellulite, but all my all my body is soft, like regular. It's soft and jiggly. It's not hard. I don't have no issues. I'm not perfect, but it's I don't have no silicone issues. Um, but I did make decisions that helped that process along. So I'm not saying that I don't want to say this as if I didn't make um if I didn't do no crazy ass shit and just did it. But once I found the silicone that I liked and the person to do it, I stuck with that person. And there was opportunities for me to go to other people, but I was like, I started seeing some stuff, and I said, I'm just going, no matter how long it take me, I'm just gonna go to this one person, and that was Dr. Molina in Tijuana. He has passed away now. Hmm. Yeah. Hey, film trends noir. Um, yeah, I've had I've had amazing experiences. I think the girl that I first went to, she had some bad silicone. Um, she's in prison now. Well, she's dead now, but she died in prison because she killed a cis girl, a cis stripper with her silicone. I went to her, so I do have you know, I do have, but because I was poor at the time that I was going to her, and I was poor and she was stingy. She didn't give me a lot of silicone. So luckily I didn't have enough money because I think if I would have had enough money, I would have kept going to her and I would have been deformed. But I was poor, poor, and she was stingy, which I'm glad that because that's people, that's the universe looking out for me because I could have kept going to her. um, well, at the time, it may seem cheap now, but at the time, for me who didn't have a job, who was fucking 19, I didn't. It was a lot. So she was charging like 150 for like a Dixie cup, like a Dixie cup size of y'all remember a Dixie cup size of silicone. And I didn't have that kind of money then. So she only pumped me twice, and it wasn't a lot. She charged me 125 the first time and then 150 for the second time. But I couldn't keep going to her, which I'm glad. And then I went to the second time I got pumped was Dr. Milena. So I went to Dr. Milena. And then the third time I got pumped, I went to Mocha Montrese and I enjoyed her silicone. But there was an incident when I got pumped by Mocha where I wasn't breathing. Not I wasn't breathing because of the silicone. While she was doing it, I was sitting there looking like, and because I wasn't actually inhaling any air, I got faint and kind of like leaned off. And her response to me fainting, I didn't like. It just was a she didn't do anything like mean or shady. It just made me realize if something had happened, I would have been on my own because she would just left. Just the whole bedside manner about it was real witchy. And so once I saw how she was moving in the time that it was happening, I was like, I'm not going back to her. And so from that point on, I only went to Mexico. I didn't go to nobody else, which I'm glad because Dr. Molina took care of you. Bedside manner counts big when you're doing the dark arts. Was she about to leave? No, it's just it's really hard for me to explain. She didn't do anything necessarily wrong. It's just in the scenario. We're in my home, I faint. She takes me upstairs. I go upstairs and just how she's talking made me realize what if something happened? What would this person do? And so I was like, what could she do? It just was me thinking about how this would have played out if something had gone wrong. Was that painful? Yes. You're getting needles and silicone pumped in you with no anesthesia. Yes. It's definitely painful. But at Dr. Melena's, it wasn't painful. Dr. Melena, you are at his outpatient like office. He is pumping you, and he before he pumps you, he's shooting you with lidocaine with numbing agents. So you just sitting there like, hey. Like I remember one time I went to sleep while he was pumping me, even if the work is impeccable. Yeah, I don't have any yeah, Mocha did pump the girls. Mocha pumped the girls. Um, it was real low key. It wasn't like she was just doing everybody. She did the girls she liked, you know. Girl, she already had reservation for a plane to Mexico. She was ready to leave you in the States. No, she was in community, so I don't think it was like she was shady like that. She was a black girl and she lived in the city, so she wasn't I just knew in my based on what happened, I just knew that it would have got ugly. Yeah. Yeah. Now she's pumping the dead bodies. Ah. I was pumped. It hurt like hell. You feel the skin ripping inside. It didn't feel like ripping. It just felt like burning. Like I could feel it. I don't know. It's hard to explain how it feels. It stinged. It stinged a little bit. And you can feel it go in. Well, she was trained by Vera, I think. Vera done got locked up too. Well, but these aren't doctors. It is the black market, honey. Honey, we live on the edge, honey. That's just what it is. If we didn't have the BBLs and all the access to things and all the stuff, so you did what you got to do. I felt a pull and a stretch. Yeah, I can feel. You can feel a stretch. I can feel a sting. It's a little stinging, a little bit. Verna, yeah. You can die from BBL too. Absolutely. It's actually it's the surgery that has the highest mortality rate. You got to know who you're going to. And you could go to the best of the best and your body because it's your body, your unique body, and there could be complications that the doctor cannot predict. That comes with the territory of surgery and body alterations. so, now there are things that you can do to minimize your chances of shit like that, and that is the research and the doctor and the skill and expertise, yes. But when I was young, you live on the edge, baby. I wanted to be a woman, and my options wasn't plentiful. This was an option. And thank the ancestors that everything worked out in my favor so far, because honey, I could get old and silicone shifts somewhere not supposed to shift. You never know what could happen. This is very experimental, honey. You can't win, child. You can't even break even. You can't get out of the game. You just gotta do. you gotta you gotta risk it, baby. You gotta take the risk. I did not know Lola Ebony. I don't know who that is. Maybe if I know him by face. Do they have another name? Lola Ebony. Oh yeah, I don't know her. Yeah, I see her face, but I don't know her. I think I saw her with Luna. Damn. Damn it, I forgot their name. But my question is, why do so many ballroom girls die? I wouldn't say ballroom girls. It's just queer and trans people die at higher rates than normal people just because the life we live and the lack of resources and the lack of opportunities. You're gonna see. I wouldn't say it's ballroom girls. I wouldn't. You just know the ballroom girls because it's popular. They're popular girls, and so you hear about them. But there's tons of girls who die that are not ballroom girls affiliated at all. Mm. I don't like to focus on that. I think there are too much. Um, there's so many girls out here that are thriving and shifting life for other people, shifting life, shifting people's experience, um, that made a mark. Even some of the girls who passed put other girls in positions to be. There's so many good stories. There's so many good stories. There's so many positive life journeys that are being lived now. I don't really dwell. And also even that statistic is a little nuanced though too. So when they talk about living past 35, they're not talking about um the what they were saying at the time that they were saying that is the average age of the trans women who died that year was 35. As years progress, it actually got lower. What's the average age of them dying? That's not really the lifespan. We haven't tested, we haven't done, we're not even on the census. So um we haven't done numbers for trans lives to know that number, the average lifespan number. Do you feel like a survivor? No, I don't feel like a survivor. Have I survived trauma like any other black woman? Yes. Is it certain things unique to trans women? Yes. Um, there's things, but I don't feel like a survivor. I feel like a person that I don't know. I feel like a regular black person. Black people go through trauma. Yeah, black people go through trauma, particularly black women. And so I feel like I'm living a black woman's life, black trans woman's life. Um, but I'm also living, like I'm living, there's things that I've done that I never would have thought that I ever would do. Um, there's opportunities that I've had that the average woman wouldn't have. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's so many, I've done so many things. Yeah, I don't do drugs. I never got into drugs. Um, yeah, I honey, I woke up traveling down the Nile last year. So I there's so many things that I've done that I never would have dreamed of doing that my mother, a cis woman, didn't even get to do. That it's just so many things. Yeah, it's just about art. Yeah, I've done so much that I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't. It's not a survivor. Um, so when that number is about the people who actually die, and it actually has gone down lower in 2000 and um the average in 2000 and between 2015 and 2022, um, the average was like 28, 20, 28, 31, like between 28 and 31. I can't remember. That was the average. And so it was even lower than 35. But that was the people who got murdered. It wasn't the lifespan. So when you talk about the lifespan of people, you have to consider all the deaths, not just people getting murdered, like people who die of heart attacks and da 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 da. And we have not come far in our culture to have that kind of data on trans women. And so there's no way for us to know the lifespan of a trans person, of a trans woman in particular. We haven't done the research to find that out, because lifespan is about everybody's life, not just not everybody, but you get what I'm saying. In order for us to know the lifespan of a woman, or a cis woman, or a cis man, we have to have the numbers for all of them, not just murders. That number was about the murders, the average age of the people who were murdered. Yeah, I know tons of older trans women. Actually, trans people, what we do know actually now, with some of the data that we've learned, is trans people are living longer and coming into older age, and trans people are transitioning and be having the courage for transition. So we are seeing more trans people pop up in senior citizen homes. I don't know if I want to be too old. You know what? I was thinking about this when Cicely Tyson died, and Betty White. I don't know if I want to be that old, because all your people, Cicely talked about this in her book. All the people that you know are going to be gone, are dead. Like all the people that you love that were important in your life, your brothers, your sisters, your best friends, your managers, your blah, 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 blah. Everybody is gone. If you live to 100, most people that you knew are going to be dead. Tommy Ross, Dina Jacobs, Maya Douglas, Miss Majors, Mimi Marks. The list goes on and on. Yes. Toy is 50. Toy is 51. Brianna's 51. Brianna McCree is 51. She looks sickening, but she's 51. There's so many people that are Mocha. Yeah, Mocha's old. Uh, I mean, there's girls who are still around that were out when I was grown, when I was coming out as a kid. I mean, how old is Vicky St. James? Quinn is 54. Yeah. I'm 43. I'm just hitting. I'll be 43 in February. Quinn, I hit 50 in what, almost 7 years, honey. I can't wait. I want to be I want to be old. I'll turn 43 in February. I'm almost 43. I want to be old. I want to be old in the sense of elder. I just want to be elder. I think that's dope. Yeah, I'm 43. Yes. So I yeah, I just feel like me being an elder would be me. Let me get old enough to be the Miss Majors of the community. Oh baby, I'm gonna wear y'all out. First of all, I'm gonna be a sickening old lady. I'm gonna be sickening and fashionable and fly, and hopefully I want to be mobile. I don't want to be immobile. Um yeah, I'm gonna be big. Yes, I want my hair to go gray so I can give y'all a nasty whatever the new up to date haircut in my silver. Cuz I'm definitely not going to be one of the old girls that stay stuck in my old ways. Can we talk about age shaming in the LGBT community? Because people act like you a senior citizen at 35. I don't think it's just LGBT. I think it's everybody, especially for women. Once women get over 35, honey, even themselves, men and other women, would be like, oh, you oh. Remember when started, Beyonce hit 35, bitches was talking about, oh, she need to just go have babies. Who was it? Was it somebody said she needed to go have babies to wrap it up and go have babies. Something she said. Who was it? Was it Azealia Banks? I don't know. One of the girls was saying she need to wrap it up and go have babies. She getting old now. Was it Carrie Hilson? Is that what she said? How old is Carrie? Carrie can't be too young. How old is Carrie Hilson?
40 years old.
Carrie Hilson is 40. Yeah, I know that bitch didn't say it. She our age. She's 2 years younger than us. Me and Beyonce is the same age. I know Carrie didn't say that. Girl. She's 40. Beyonce wasn't keeping her age on lock, y'all. She wasn't. Do y'all remember she wrote her year. She wrote on when she what's that video? Give me body. Dun, 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 give me body. She wrote 9/4/81 on the mirror. That's her age. She didn't hide. She wasn't hiding it at all. Why y'all think she was hiding it? Like she literally wrote it in her video. Like it feels like her. It feels like her. All her albums revolved around her birthday, B day, and it felt like it was always revolved around that. Carrie said it. Oh yeah, I don't know. Not Carrie being the same age as us. Trying to age somebody, girl, and that's why your career went left as soon as you try to shade the girls, honey. Cause where your music at, girl? I know you still getting your royalty checks from other people' music you wrote, but where your star has faded. Oh wow, yeah, girl, how you 40 years old? You literally 2 years behind us, sweetie. You should have. That's like Nicki Minaj, cause Nicki old too. I don't know how old is Nicki Minaj?
40 years old.
42. These bitches is in their 40s. Killing the game, so that's not no shaming. I'm okay. But how y'all shaming people? You can't be shaming. That's silly. Especially when you it's out here, the girls is out here killing it. You know, they the top in the game. That's only because they need a place to stay. Because the young girls ain't got nothing for them. They chasing the young girls too. Oh, this smells so good. I love this, man. So she was wrong everywhere. Uh-huh. Right. Couch hoppers, baby. Do you see yourself married one day? I have already been married, darling. Married and divorced twice. I have no interest in being married. That's not a goal of mine anymore. Anything that has to do with that, baby, with men, I've done it. I've raised children. I have been in long relationships with men, live in, sugar daddy, anything that got to do with men, I've done it. Ain't nothing I've not done with men. That part of my life is over. Centering men, that's been over for about 10 years. Men stop being the center of men stop being the center of my, not even center. Men stop being a part of my goal around 33, around 10 years ago, around 33. Because back in the day when I was younger, men was about validation. It was about, ooh, a man picking you, and you having a man was like, ooh, that's the goal. But around 33, I stopped worrying about niggas. I'm happy. I have tons of men. I actually been dealing with the same men for about 10 years, actually. Yeah, the same four in rotation. The same four has been in rotation. Some of them, one of them is like, well, two of them is like a sugar daddy type vibe where, I get coins from them. But we more than just tricks. We kind of hang out and do stuff too. Um, and then two of them is just good sexual chemistry. I try some folks out every blue moon. I'm thinking about getting this tattoo removed. But I try some people out every blue moon. Every now and then I will hop, skip, and jump on some peen. Hop, skip, and jump on some peen. I'm the center, and everything else has to consider me first and foremost. Amen. A rotation is cute, no shade, especially when y'all getting comfortable with each other. Yes. Yeah, that's what it is. I started to center my career and what I wanted to do, not necessarily in life, but career, like what I wanted to do and make my money. Da da da. I started to get more activist like and galvanize myself in regards to what is my purpose in the world and doing something impactful to the world. And so, politically, when it comes to politics, being with a down low man no longer served me. Being with somebody who wasn't open about their sexuality doesn't serve me at all. And so I didn't yeah, I no longer could be with dudes that were down low. Mm-mm. Yeah. I find DL mean mentally inept, usually so. That's what shifted me. Yeah. How are my brothers? My brothers are amazing and great. Um, I talk to my youngest brother almost every week, once or twice a week. My middle brother, we are on good terms, but we don't really talk that much because he is like a conspiracy theorist hotel nigga, and we just don't have anything mentally in common. And so, yeah, we're on good terms though. Mm. Don't burn bridges. I think so. I think so. But that was like years ago. That was when we stopped talking to each other when I made that video. Yeah, I'm not about to go to sleep, but I'm about to go wash my tail. Um yeah. But I will see y'all later today because I'm gonna go live about the Richard Pryor movie. Not the Richard Pryor, the Richard Little Richard documentary, so we can talk about it. So make sure y'all watch it. It's on HBO Max. It's called Little Richard, I Am Everything. And come with some questions. Some people have already sent me questions because they watched it, and I'm gonna just discuss it. So make sure y'all come and be ready to engage. Um, yeah, so we can discuss it. So I will talk to y'all later on tonight, probably around 7 per usual. Um, and we will Chad, can you do a review of the film I was in? What film was it? What's the name of it? Kokomo City. Mm. Only for you. I have not watched that film because there's some behind the scenes weirdo stuff that I was privy to. But for you, I will watch it. I know what it's about. I know them film quite well. So, but I think some of the girls be weird. The girls be wanting to capitalize off the community, but they not community ass bitches. So, I don't be liking to uplift bitches who ain't community bitches. But sure, I'll find it and watch it. Long as you clocked it. I like, one of I what I talked about the stroll because the girl who did the stroll, you know, she's been in community. She I've seen her around and doing stuff in community. And so when I see people creating stuff that is about community, yeah, all the girls, not for the girls, exactly. They just want a coin, exactly. And so when I see you moving like that, and I see you acting weird, cause that I'm in and out of New York, and so when I see you, and I'm trying to be sisterly, and you giving weirdo, weirdo standoffish. Oh, 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 I don't want to be clocked. Oh, when you get to giving all, honey, I don't want to really be in community until it's time for me to exploit community. Mm-mm. I be like, mm-mm. Now y'all know. Uh-huh. Y'all know I would have been talked about Kokomo City. I'd have talked about other trans shit. But because of that weirdo shit, I don't like that. And I'm a woman of integrity. And if you getting weird, I don't want to fuck with you. So yeah, I'll do it though. If you just want me to watch it and talk about it, I'll do a little review on it. Where is it at? Is it on ooh, who is that? Where is it at on the is it on a streaming service? What streaming service is it on? Yeah, I never watched it, so I wouldn't know, but I can watch it just to give you my feedback. They want you to see that demon on them so they get the long banging and heavy powdering right. I call them confidence bangs. Honey, the bang that give them confidence, baby. That cover up their whole face like this so they can be fish. Fringe across the jawline and long bangs. Let your mug free, girl. Let your mug free. It's on Amazon Prime and Apple TV and YouTube. All right, I'll watch it. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right, y'all. Well, I will chat with y'all and I will see y'all later around 7. Usually, yeah, I'm going to go live around 7 p.m. Bye bye.